Bruce Robinson.
Way back when, I turned Hunter on to Withnell and then had to get ahead in advertising, and lost his mind, you know, and he watched them over and over and over, and hold on. It's so far away. It's like a tease. It's there, but you can't really have it. I don't know what they've given us.
It's the wine of the sacrament. I think we're good here.
Ah, yeah, of course. Oh, we're in a church, of course. So yeah, Bruce...
What was Hunter's reaction to Whitney all night, by the way? What did he say?
He adored it. I mean, he adored it, and he obviously related to it in a huge way. But I really believe that Hunter... Yeah, hi. I believe Hunter watching Withnell for the first time, it was kind of like reliving his days of Fear and Loathing, you know. I mean, that savage time in Vegas with Oscar Acosta, you know, in 1970. And he really, you know, felt his youth again. You know?
The thing you were telling me too, that you thought the reason that Hunter would respond to Bruce was that sort of trying to sort of hold on to what you were as the sort of the creeping insanity came into your life. And was that what Hunter responded to, that sort of fighting both sides of yourself at the same time?
Most definitely, yeah. Most definitely. I mean, Hunter really was, you know, there was a side of Hunter that was the one that we all know, the one that we all read about, the one that we all read from his words, from his, you know, insane sort of situations. But there was another side to Hunter that was a very moral and a complete Southern gentleman, you know. So there was always that sort of, that tipping point between the two, you know, the kind of schism of this sort of this moral fiber, you know, this Southern gentleman, this you know, man of, you know, chivalrous man, and then the savage, the maniac, you know.
This is the thing that really strikes me about the movie. We talked about it a little bit backstage. The colors, it looks like a 50s Technicolor print. I mean, the color really pops. That a gorgeous blue. There's blue in almost every frame, and the way it's contrasted with the red and the whites and those earth tones. I mean, it's really like a 50s Technicolor movie, and that must have been your aim with it. Somebody.
All right, I'm going to answer for Bruce. No, the idea initially was to have this thing play like, you know, sort of like we talked about it, like an old postcard, you know, a beautiful old postcard from Puerto Rico, where everything was slightly heightened in color. And Darius Wolski, our director of photography, who is, you know, just kind of a wizard, sat with Bruce and they went through, you know, what is the process, how do we do this, you know, and there was, basically it was 16, you know, wasn't it? It was...
Yeah, it was. Oh, I've got one too.
Yeah. Yes, there were 3 of them.
Give me one. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to appear before you, unto you, when they've made me have this red wine and all of that kind of stuff.
We did force it down his throat.
Johnny did this to me.
Yep.
But we had this most amazing director of photography who said, "Hey, man," he's a Polish, isn't he?
He is a Polish.
He said, we're going to shoot this in 16mm. I don't know the fucking difference between them. I genuinely don't. But he said, oh man, we're going to shoot this 16mm. So I said, all right, and then we shot a few tests. And It was so pretty. I mean, oh, Johnny, it was so beautiful what he'd done. Because honestly, genuinely, he got me out of the fucking grave this time.
Bruce had decided he'd made a film which will remain unmentionable. He likes it to remain unmentionable.
I do.
I mustn't say the name.
But the same composer worked on this film, by the way, Christopher Young.
Yeah,
that is absolutely true.
That's a great score.
Yeah. But he'd made this. Yeah, you don't want to get into that now. But he made a film and he went into hibernation for far too long, and he was. Oh, that's not a good sign, is it? That's going down. That's going down. That's going down.
Not unlike this Q&A is going down.
Oh, boy, we're having such a fucking nice time.
To the church.
That's how you get it off the arm.
Well played, sir. Before we have to send out for coffee and blankets, we should take some questions from the audience. Is there a mic going on? How are we doing this? Because this is my first time on the stage in this theater. Is there? All right, we'll just start at the front. Shout it out. Yes, ma'am.
My question's for Johnny. I know you spent some good quality time with
Probably, hang on 1 second.
Hi, Johnny. Cheers. Bruce, it's so good to see you.
Nice to see you too, honey. Thank you for coming.
I know you get to spend a lot of good quality time with Hunter and Owl Creek before filming Fear and Loathing. So before filming Rum Diary, how did you kind of channel the great late Hunter S. Thompson?
It's a very good question. Basically, because I'd spent so much time with Hunter. You know, I lived with him essentially for months and months on end, and sponged as much of his soul as of his being as I could, and he was incredibly generous with me. So we'd already had those talks. Like I knew where his head was at, in the late 50s, early 60s, when he was trying to find his voice, and that was the sort of key, the idea that I'd already played Hunter, full-blown Hunter, in Raoul the Duke, in sort of circa 71, 72. And then going back to the 50s, trying, this guy who was just searching for the avenue, for that rage. And so I basically everything falls back to Hunter, He was just so generous, Yeah. How about Hell's Angels? Should we do Hell's Angels? Really? What about Curse of Lono? Yeah! Just keep going in the Hunter. Yeah, all right. I'll just keep shaving my head.
Romeo, come back up here and join us.
How much preparation did you do for the role? And what I really mean is, how much rum did you drink?
Bruce and I had made a pact prior to, we had not, by the way, just technically so you know, officially, we have not made a pact at this point. So, basically anything goes right now. But we did make a pact before doing the rum, which is to say that we didn't, the easiest way to sort of go into something like that is to imbibe constantly and, try and stay in that sort of head. But we didn't drink any rum for the majority of the shooting until one night. It was about 5 in the morning, the sun was about to come up. It was about 130 degrees in San Juan. And we noticed this little corner bodega, you know, this little store. And, you know, we're sweating profusely. And
He made me be an alcoholic.
so I just said, Bruce, I've had it. I've got to have that store. I've got to have that bodega. And I want every Corona in there. So we sprinted towards it. And it was the last shot of the night, and we guzzled 3 or 4 Coronas, and then we started to taste the rum. But we were almost done shooting then, so it didn't matter. To be honest, my favorite part was the collaboration with Bruce, and that process. But also knowing that since I had lost my partner, you know, in the dream, let's say, my friend Hunter Thompson, my favorite part was delivering that dream to him, you know, delivering that idea that we talked about all those years ago. I mean, we unearthed Hunter's manuscript in 1997, and again by accident, you know. And it's 2011, and it's finally come to fruition. So we're talking 14 years, and we lost Hunter in 2005. So that was my favorite part. And that's my favorite part about taking it on the road, because Hunter would so love to be here. He would so love to be here, and he would be as irreverent and as insane and as beautiful as he always was. And he's a guy that I miss every day and every night. And I'm happy to deliver this to him, you know. Thanks, man. Very good question, by the way. Thanks.
That's your last question of the evening. Pressure is on you.
Johnny, I'm making a movie about heaven. Will you play God?
The research.
Bruce Robinson.